We deserve better. We deserve better. This is an upsetting video to make. I don't want to make this video. I don't want to yell. I don't want to act a fool. I don't want to rage. But when I think about this for a second, it's upsetting. It's disgusting is actually what it is. After I finished watching Crown Jewel yesterday, me and my brother were chilling. We were watching the ring ceremony for the Crown Jewel champions, Liv Morgan and Cody Rhodes. And I couldn't help but sit there and think to myself, this does not feel earned. And this is because my brother said, he said something absolutely factual. He was like, none of this feels earned, right? I'm sitting there looking at Cody Rhodes as Crown Jewel champion and Liv Morgan as Crown Jewel champion. Cody's been WWE champ for over 200 days. Liv Morgan's been champ for like 5 months. And he just said it was just so great. It was so facts. Nothing is earned. None of this feels earned. And quite frankly, LA Knight should be world champion, right? We were sitting back and we were watching the triple threat match yesterday between Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, and LA Knight. And we were like, this is the best match. This is the best match on the card. And this is one of the best matches of the year in general for WWE. And the fact that this guy, LA Knight, who has been consistent, he's been massively over with the crowd for over a year and a half. So people saying that, oh, Cody Rhodes is the first ever, traditional babyface since Cena. LA Knight is a great face, and he plays like a anti-hero face kind of role, and he plays it amazingly, and he's been more over with the crowd than Cody for like a year now at this point. Obviously, Cody got pushed and had the massive run to Mania 40 to take the WWE Championship and beat Roman Reigns, and he was super over. We get that. But LA Knight's level of over, with no belt at all, and being in the company at this type of level for only a few years, and the fact that he's this over with the crowd, he's the most over babyface in the company behind Roman and Jey Uso. Those are the only people he's behind in terms of who he is more over than in the company, right? While LA Knight is holding it down on SmackDown week in, week out last year in Roman's part-time absences here and there, right? He's the most over face on SmackDown by a mile last year, wrestling each week, being consistent in any storyline they needed him to be. And even his storyline with Roman, the little one-off feud for Crown Jewel last year, it was awesome. He had iconic moments where he was interrupting Roman's entrance music. He had a couple promos with Roman in the ring at the contract signing, for example, that were actually pretty good. He held his own. He held his own, man, and he was cutting good promos in the ring with Roman Reigns. Has Cody Rhodes done that? This is a dude who's a WWE champion, and we don't even know if he's even done that. He's been in the ring with Roman on the mic, but has he really ever been close with Roman on the mic? No. Never. Right? And meanwhile, while LA Knight's holding down SmackDown and being super over for a year and a half just to get the mid-card US Championship, which basically means next to nothing, right? While he's doing that, Cody gets to come back to WWE after, 8 years or 7 years, whatever. He gets to beat Seth Rollins, who's a top star in the industry. He beats him 3 times, takes a 6-month break, comes back, wins the Royal Rumble, and then goes to WrestleMania, loses to Roman, then fights Brock Lesnar in a bunch of mid-matches and just absolute garbage feud. It didn't really do anything. It's supposed to make Cody Rhodes credible, but it's like, dude, if you already beat Seth Rollins, who's actually there every week and everything, why does it matter that you're beating an old, washed-up Brock Lesnar? You get what I'm saying? Nobody cares anymore, dude. It doesn't matter. And while he's doing that and then does a terrible feud, no one even remembers what Cody did in the last half of 2023, because he did nothing. He did absolutely nothing. And he did nothing up until January and finally has a good build up to Mania 40 and wins the belt. And look what happened from April to now in November. He's done absolutely nothing as champion. All of this nothing burger. It's nothing burger after nothing burger. And LA Knight gets nothing. He gets nothing. Right? While he's actually contributing and doing something, he gets nothing. But while Cody Rhodes is contributing nothing really, except for being another face for the company to use, he gets everything. He gets a WWE Championship. He gets the Crown Jewel title. It's absurd, man. It really is. It just really bothers me, man. LA Knight is better than Cody in every way, shape, and form. Cody Rhodes is a wrestling superstar. LA Knight is a wrestling superstar. Neither of these dudes are super mainstream, right? But who has a better chance of getting mainstream? A guy like LA Knight with that personality and that charisma and that ability he has, right? Or a guy like Cody Rhodes, who says the same stuff every week and is just a goody two-shoes. Cody Rhodes, great guy, it seems like off camera. But I'm just talking about as a performer and who's has a better chance to get over as a superstar, right?
And as I'm editing this video, I'm realizing something. If whoever WWE decides to super push to the top of the company is going to become a star anyways, right? So if you push a guy with the talents of LA Knight, do you really think he's going to be better than the push that they gave Cody with his talents? It wouldn't be close. LA Knight would be easily way better than Cody, and he would probably end up being a bigger star.
Guys like Montez Ford, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, even the current iteration of CM Punk, right? These guys are relegated to being mid-carders. Jey Uso wins the IC title after 14 years and then loses it. It's just gone. It's just gone. Montez Ford never gets a chance to win a singles belt. He hasn't won a tag team belt in 2 or 3 years minimum at this point, maybe 4 or 5 years at this point. He's relegated to being an undercard jobber, despite the fact that he's on the younger side of the roster. He's supremely athletic, he cuts good promos, he has charisma, he sells great, and he has a very, very good moveset that's entertaining to watch. He's a ball of energy who's always entertaining. LA Knight held down SmackDown last year while Roman Reigns was absent from SmackDown in certain, parts of the year, with his extended stay, or leaves, I should say, his extended leaves, his part-time schedule. LA Knight was the most over guy on that show, putting on promos and wrestling, I kid you not, at least every week or every other week minimum. You know what I'm saying? And now that he's finally given the chance to do main event or PLE level matches, and look at the work he's done. Him versus Logan Paul at SummerSlam this year was awesome. Him and Carmelo Hayes and Andrade yesterday at Crown Jewel was awesome. His matches on SmackDown versus Andrade and Carmelo Hayes were both great in their own right. CM Punk, even though he's old and he's washed up, he still can go. He's still a draw, and he's still great on the mic, and he still wrestles okay matches, but the other person has to carry him through it like Drew did, kind of, right? Drew McIntyre, look at his talent. Look at his talent and consistency this year. This dude is arguably the MVP of WWE this entire year. Amazing promos. Constantly leveling up in the ring. Constantly leveling up, his promo work and his character work, his storytelling work. His off-camera stuff with the social media work he does as well, getting even more over as a heel. It's incredible. It's incredible. And he's relegated to being champion for 2 minutes so that Damian Priest can cash in and take his moment. At some point, we have to start letting talented people be talented. Cody Rhodes is not better than Drew McIntyre, guys. He's not better than Randy Orton. He's not better than CM Punk. He's not better than Roman Reigns. He's not better than Montez Ford. He's not better than LA Knight, and he's not better than Jey Uso. And everyone I just named that's better than him is either a mid-carder or they're in the upper card main event level, but they have no gold. They have nothing. And I understand Roman just won the belt, so you don't even need to give him the gold right now. But everyone else I named, give them something. Something that's relevant and of meaning. How can LA Knight go this over for this long and get nothing? He gets nothing. Daniel Bryan gets super over with the Yes Movement for a year, and it was enough to put him in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship spot at Mania 30, where he won and beat he beat legends. He beat Batista, he beat Orton, and he beat Triple H in the same night. But LA Knight, for example, is super over for a year and a half, and his reward is the U.S. Championship. Which, credit to LA Knight, he's consistently wrestling good matches, he's cutting great promos, and he's showing up to work, and he's contributing something great every week to the show. He is one of the few dudes currently, outside of Jey Uso, Montez Ford, Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns, and maybe a couple others in the women's division like your Biancas, Io Sky, etc., who are actually contributing something great and consistent and new each week. And you're sitting back looking at Liv Morgan, who again, AJ Lee, Trish Stratus, Io Sky right now, right? Nia Jax, who I think is more talented than Liv Morgan right now. Jade Cargill has a bigger star potential. And you look at all these different women, even NXT talent women who could come to the main roster and do what Liv Morgan is doing, if not way better than she is. And you look at the top of the card and you see bums like Gunther and Cody and Liv Morgan stinking up the joint. And you ask yourself, why is Io Sky not getting a chance? Why is Naomi not getting a chance? Io Sky was women's champion, but they didn't give her a chance to do anything. She wrestled maybe 4 title defenses the entire reign, and she barely got screen time on SmackDown, and they didn't give her a chance to try and do any backstage promos, really. They gave her nothing for that, and then on top of that, they barely let her really do her matches and showcase herself on PLEs that much. Chelsea Green even. I think Chelsea Green is a jobber, but she's earning my respect, because she's showing up and she has a gimmick character. An actual gimmick that in certain scenarios gets over and actually makes it entertaining like she was at Crown Jewel yesterday. Nia Jax develops in the ring, has good feuds with Becky Lynch early this year, and even a solid feud with Rhea Ripley. Jade Cargill has the makings of everything you need to be a superstar in the women's division. And these people are all relegated to being booked poorly, they're undercarders, or they're in the tag team division, which basically means nothing for the women's division. And it honestly means nothing for the men's division either at this point, right? It's sad. It really is. Just think about the great World Heavyweight Champions, right? Batista, Undertaker, Edge, great WWE champions, for example, right? Like John Cena, Randy Orton. CM Punk had a very good reign. I had fun with that growing up. It was awesome. Roman Reigns recently as well, with his historic title reign. And you just think about all of that greatness that was wrapped up in those reigns, right? And Cena and Orton didn't need 1 or 2 year title reigns to make their reigns feel special. They didn't need a year or two for you to be upset when they finally lost the belts, right? When Cena lost to Sheamus for the WWE title in like late 2009 or early 2010, everyone was upset. Everyone was upset. Because it was like, wow, man, Cena just lost. He was doing such great work, and the babyface that we all loved lost. That's how it felt. And now you look at it, and it's like, if Cody Rhodes lost a title, I would feel happy. I would be excited that we're finally done with this garbage championship reign. And it's the same thing if Liv Morgan lost. We'd finally be free from the classic Rhea, Dom, I took your title, I took Dom, I have Raquel, I cut the same promo, and I've wrestled like 8 matches all year in 11 months. You know, the usual stuff, right? It's absurd. Gunther wrestles, 3 or 4 matches since winning the title 3 months ago? Are you kidding me? It's like these dudes are barely wrestling. There's no consistency. All the promos are formulaic. You have the Cody Rhodes route of, I respect you, I love you, I have some Wheatley and some libations in my back pocket. Or you have the route of Liv Morgan, where it's just repeat the same thing each week. Oh, Rhea, I took your title. Or you have the Rhea Ripley route, where it's like, I'm going to take back my title, the one thing I never lost. Or Damian Priest route, where it's like, I respect you. I'm Damian Priest. I'm the champion. I'm El Campeon. I'm Damian Priest. I'm El Campeon. You get what I'm saying? All the promos are formulaic, except for a specific amount of people that actually branch out and do something unique and something new. Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? LA Knight on the mic. It's just stuff like that. People who are able to branch out and show charisma and show their skills and talent and ability consistently. Whether they're giving matches or giving promos, they contribute something awesome. And you cannot say that about any of these current champions, man. Cody Rhodes won the title on April 7th at Mania 40. It's now November 3rd? What has Cody done in the last 7 months, bro? What has he done that's been meaningful, impactful, or great? Please just someone tell me, man. What's been meaningful, impactful, or great with this title reign? What's been meaningful, impactful, or great with Gunther's title reign? Huh? Mid promos? Semi, ring general, or Cody's promos. I respect you. Let's see who the better man is. What's happened in their title reigns? How can you have the title for 7 months and it feels like you've done nothing when guys like Undertaker and Batista, like the world title would just flip through different people and each reign would feel meaningful, impactful, and entertaining. It's the same thing with CM Punk. CM Punk's 1 year and some change title run compared to Cody's reign that'll probably end at around a year, and you're going to see that CM Punk's reign will be light years better than Cody's was, man. And it's going to be the same thing with Roman Reigns. His title reign is never going to be touched again, most likely, if this is the current crop of talent, and the future is looking decently bright, I suppose, in certain areas with guys like Braun Breaker, but no one's going to have a title reign on the level of Roman Reigns. It's not going to happen, man. And just sitting here and knowing that and realizing that, it's upsetting. It's upsetting, man. It is absurd, man. And you look at it, and it's just, the gap is just absurd. It really is. We do deserve better as fans. We deserve better. We deserve to see the most talented people in the highest positions on the card and in the highest positions in the company. But instead, we're going to sit back. We're going to take a absolute destruction of great characters and great people and great wrestlers and great performers like Montez Ford and LA Knight, who is on his older side of his career. And he probably will only be able to do this for a few more years, maybe 3 to 5 more years max. Max. And instead, we're just going to get thrashed with Cody Rhodes, who is a nepotism hire. You know, he comes back, he gets to beat Seth Rollins 3 times, and then he gets to go to Mania immediately. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't contribute anything. It's ridiculous.